Keeping things simple, but also having good structure. Having, like this, the 5-in-1 plan works so well because it's got the structure. So to keep it simple, what I would recommend if you're a coach is don't send your clients a website address or forms and think they'll get it right on their own. It's like when clients are ordering their first time on the program, we don't send the profile sheet and a link to the shopping cart and say, good luck. We ask them the questions on the profile sheet, we write them down. And we ask them through the ordering process, what do you need? Let's help you get the right stuff and get it to you as quickly as possible. So take that time to do that with your clients. And if you guys are guests, have friends that want to do this, instead of you trying to explain everything to them, I'm going to give you a couple things you can say just to kind of wet their whistle. And then what I would recommend is that you connect them with your coach and let your coach walk them through the process, ask them the questions and see if the challenge is a fit for them. So I'll kind of walk you through it right now is how I'm working with my clients. First thing I'm going to ask them is, Happy New Year's. Did you set any health goals? I just set my health goals for the year. I wanted to see if you check in, what are your goals? And they'll share with it. And a lot of them are going to be related to, health. I think 8 out of 10 New Year's resolutions are related to health. And so I go, well, let me tell you what I'm doing. And so I tell them what I'm doing with the Stop, Challenge, and Choose. So the Stop, Challenge, and Choose is a 12-week health transformation where a bunch of people are getting together and we're all setting goals and we're all holding each other accountable. And during these 12 weeks, we're going to have structured information and structured time together so that we're more likely to stay focused on those goals so the New Year's resolution doesn't get stuffed in the drawer and then forgot about until next year. I want to know, if I were to help you on this, would you want to join the challenge with me? And then I tell them it's easy to get started. What I'll do is all I need is your name, and your date of birth, and it's free to join the challenge. And if they're a client, I'll make sure that they have the supplies that they need and they've got, they remember the 5-in-1. And if they're new, I'll take a moment and explain, here's how I'm doing it. I'm using the combination of the coach, the habits of health, and the 5-in-1 plan with Take Shape for Life. This is where you're going to get the best results. This is what I'm doing. So there's a couple of areas we can focus on in the transformation. It's not all about your body. 50% of the challenge is based on the outer transformation. 50% is based on the inner transformation. What happens up here, what you learn, your experience. So we're going to want to take a before and after. That's your first step. You want to take a before picture. Second step is pick your path. That means, what do you want to work on? So of these things, healthy weight, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you right now? If they're at a 9 or a 10, then great. Do you want to work on that, or do you want to work on healthy eating? Some people, like Whitney, maybe healthy weight is not that big of a deal, but instead it would be healthy sleep, or maybe it was habits of motion. So we go through and ask, what would you like to work on in each category? Ask them to score themselves right now on a scale of 1 to 10. And then say, okay, if they give you a 7, say, okay, what are two or three things you could do to go from a 7 to a 9? Or from a 7 to a 10? What would make your health optimal? And then they give you those things and you write them down. Then go through the next one. What about healthy habits of motion? Are you good there? On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your score? My score is a 9. Okay, great. Was there anything you want to take to the next level, or you just want to maintain that? So I'm just asking them what they want to do as far as setting their goals. Same with healthy sleep. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is it and what could you do? They might not know what to do with healthy sleep. So then I say, don't worry about that. We have a whole section and some tools that we're going to give you, but I'll give you some suggestions on healthy sleep if that's where you want to work. So we get to the bottom and find, okay, so what is it that you want to work on? And then I want to ask them, when you're there, when you get this habits of exercise in, when you get your habits of sleep in, what would that mean to you? And what would that mean to those around you? So I want to not only find out what they want, but what? Why they want it. What's their why? So those are the two questions on each. Once I know what their goals are, I'll feed you back. Let's say, so your health goal is you want to get to 145 pounds. You want to start working out 5 days a week, and your favorite thing to do is to hike. And when you're at 145 pounds, you'll be able to hike 2 days a week and do weights 3 days a week. Is that right? Okay, what would that give you? What would that mean to you? And let them tell me what that means, because I think we really, of course, everyone knows how important it is to help them find their why. So then when I'm done with that, now I say, okay, let's get your current reality in these areas. And I'm literally now filling out a structural tension chart for them. I put their goals at the top and I put their current reality at the bottom. Okay, so you want to get to 140, what's your current weight? You want to exercise 5 days a week, how many days are you working at right now? You want to change your healthy eating to do, what are you currently eating? How many calories? How many meals? What are your food habits that you need to work on? So I get their current reality and I get their goals, and now we have what?
Tension.
Structural tension, okay? And I'll tell them we're gonna get together. We're gonna get your order placed. I'm gonna get you into the challenge, and then I want to talk to you maybe in a day or two. Let's look at our calendars. And what I want to do is I want to help you fill in the action items that you need to do to make your action plan. Now that we know what you want and why you want it and where you are, I'm going to help you create the action plan to get there for the next 12 weeks with Dr. A's help and with the help of the Soul community. Now, I didn't make it all about the prizes. I mentioned the prizes. There's some, there's men and female that are going to win a chance to go to, Disneyland, to go to a 5-star spa where they get pampered. They get to do, cooking lessons and private coaching with Dr. A. And there's men and women in different age groups, 4 different age groups that are competing, so the younger folks aren't competing against the older folks, so it's fair. And there's coaches that are going to be in, and they're going to have a chance to win, male and female as well. So I mention that, but I don't make it about that. I make it about what? Their goals, what they want to create. And this 9 weeks is just a structured platform. It's just a carrot that we give ourselves. It's a challenge that we create for ourselves to stay on focus. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then the last thing is, okay, so we've got your goals. We know what you want to work on. When do you want to start? We recommend you start on a Monday because that's when the emails, but you can start any day of the week.
How many weeks is it?
It's 12 weeks. So whatever day they start, if they start on the 31st of January, it's 12 weeks from that day. And you can start any day in January, any day in February, and the last day to enter is March 1st. That's the cutoff. And so whatever day you start, it's 12 weeks from then. Okay? And so once they give you this information, then we get together, we go through the game plan with their structural tension chart, and we just schedule a weekly check-in.
And when they get an email, when they join the challenge, the people in here who were part of the challenge, you got an email, and then you had to click on something.
Yes. You have to, once your coach enters you into the challenge, then the coach will get a confirmation that it went through, and the client will get a confirmation that it went through. That first confirmation email is a confirmation that you want to receive emails from Dr. A. So to get into the challenge, you have to accept, yes, I agree to collect emails from Dr. A. And just tell your clients that they might have to look in their spam filter in case it gets stuck in there.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you.
Do you have them do the little quiz too?
I don't at first. I want to get them started. I don't mind if they do. It kind of depends on the individuals, how
Which quiz? The health assessment?
Dr. A's health assessment.
Oh, I have everyone take that before I talk to them. That's their current reality.
Yeah, I feel them out.
The system helps them figure out their own current
Okay,
reality.
so Whitney does it different than I do. I feel them out. I ask them some questions about, how much, what they want to do, and I recommend it, but I don't mandate it because I don't want it to seem burdensome for them. I want it to seem simple for them. I want them to ask me what's next instead of, okay, I'll get to that when I have time. And even in the weekly check-ins, even though there's a form for that, I'm not sending it to my clients. I'm actually just going over it on the phone like I do with the health profile. Let me see if I have, anyways, I had that open a second
So
ago.
is this call replacing your once a week 5-minute call for coaching?
It's the same call.
Okay.
It's the same call. It's
integrated.
The client celebration. I do my client celebrations twice a week, Tuesday night and Thursday night typically. And, I'm asking, how was your week? How much did you lose this week? Or if that's their goal, what were your results this week? Did you sleep better? Did you start your exercise program? Did they complete what you decided to work on? Did you get your actions done? What did you learn from Dr. A this week? And what did you learn? And how are you planning to use this? Do you need any help? And did anyone notice? Has anyone asked you about the program? And if so, did you share it with them? And I really want to encourage them to do that because here's what I know. The people they hang around with influence their behavior, right? So if they get a bunch of people in their life getting healthy, that improves their chances of being healthy. I just want to make sure that they know how to refer them to me because I don't want them to go to Stop Challenge and choose without my information. So I asked them, if you have anyone who's interested, please let me know. I'll send them, or you can forward this email to them with my information so that I'll help them get started on the challenge if they're interested. So I'm really coaching people to not just throw it out there and hope it sticks, but to build a relationship, because I think that's what it really takes. As you heard on the thing, health coach is a huge piece of this, right? If somebody doesn't have a health coach, their chances of success go down immediately. So we really want to use this as a tool to build relationships and build community versus, making it about prizes and competition. It's more about connection. That's my opinion. So I wanted to wrap it up with that and see if there's any questions